Sophie Cunningham is full of crap, completely full of crap. She is truly running um, damage control on her troll posts. And I don't know if she was told to talk about this on her podcast. I doubt it. I think she just does stuff because she feels like it because she is who she is. But Sophie Cunningham in her podcast, Show Me Something, Sophie Cunningham, and what the hell's the guy's name? And Wes Wilson. She talks about the shot that Caitlin Clark hit from 31 feet for the win over the Washington Mystics. The one for which now everyone or the conspiracy theorists say Sophie Cunningham got secretly suspended for the next game because when the hell did she hurt her elbow? As if you can secretly suspend people in professional sports. That said, she gave her explanation, and I'm going to play it for y'all, but she's utterly and completely full of shit. I got to call Cap. I got to call Cap. This is complete bullshit. And in this response that she gave, she kind of told us that she was full of shit. Don't believe me? You're going to hear it right now. Before we do, welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Indiana Fever Unfiltered, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. I am your host, Rudy Rodriguez. Show mod. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell and leave your comments. Appreciate everyone for your continued support of the channel. Sophie Cunningham makes a great pass to Caitlin Clark because everyone else was covered. And she gives an explanation that was the exact play that they wrote and that Caitlin Clark was the first option on that play. Complete bullshit. Complete bullshit. If you've watched basketball for more than 5 minutes in your life, you know that there's nobody on earth that would ever call a 40-foot cross-court pass for a 31-footer down by one with 4.3 seconds to go in the game as the shot. That would never get called. Ever. Not by any coach. And so while I do believe the play that was called, she was probably the third option. In my opinion, she was definitely the third option. And because of how the Mystics screwed up defensively, it ended up making her the first option. But let's listen to Sophie Cunningham and get her explanation on this, courtesy of her podcast. Her words, not mine. Believe what you like. You can believe her, or you can believe your eyes and believe your common sense and your logic. Let's listen to Sophie Cunningham.
But they call a timeout, and I'm telling you, and I spill pretty much everything on this podcast. That is the exact play we freaking drew up. We literally drew up. And so they just messed up on defense. Like, there was a miscommunication. There was a cross screen. I think
there was no cross screen. She doesn't even know what the fuck happened. What happened was Lexi Hall just ran one direction. And for some reason, unbeknownst, Cody McMahon chased Lexi Hall to the corner along with Sonia Citrone. And Sonia Citrone is yelling for Cody McMahon to get back because she was guarding Caitlin Clark. And Caitlin Clark runs around what would have been a screen from Aaliyah Boston. And in a normal situation, as a person who knows basketball and has coached basketball and played basketball and understands basketball, what would have happened was the screen would have been set by Aaliyah Boston, and then she would have turned and gotten into the paint and made herself an option. Well, what happened was, because there was no one to actually screen because Cody McMahon never followed Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston basically got caught in no man's land. And because Cody McMahon was still parked in the middle of the paint, that made a pass to Aaliyah Boston, had she been able to turn around, impossible. Had Cody McMahon not been in the paint, the curl around by Kelsey Mitchell would have had an option. But if it was Alicia Flores-Jatino who backed off on the entry pass from the out of bounds pass, which took away the route for Kelsey Mitchell to get to the rim. and Caitlin Clark ends up wide open for 3. That's what happened. You can let Sophie do her little song and dance here. It's cute. I think it's funny. You were never passing the ball in the corner to Lexi Hull for a 3. Don't know why in the world, but people will be chasing down Lexi Hull. But let's continue.
Kelsey to either C to Lexi. Yeah, C to Lexi, and they both went with Lexi. So they both do, and it left C wide open. And we were going to C anyway. And
Bullshit.
so, and of course, like if someone's open originally, like you give them the ball, like if Kelsey's open to get a layup, yes. If AB was open, but like
see, that's where she just told on herself. That's where if Kelsey was open to get a layup, you give her the ball. Yeah, because that was the actual play. That was the actual first option on the play. Aaliyah Boston was the second option on the play. And here she is trying to explain it while telling on herself that Caitlin was really the third option. And again, I'm not sitting here with this whole mentality of she went rogue and bullshit like that, because that's ridiculous. Because Caitlin Clark was the only open player on the floor. If you hold it longer, you get a 5 count. You don't even get the ball in. So you made the right play. But the pass barely got there because women don't have the physical strength to throw a cross-court pass 40 feet typically all that well. So you wouldn't be you throw that pass, it's a 40-foot pass, 31 feet away from the basket, and you're going to sit here and tell me with a straight face that was the call off the sideline? Yeah, I get it. You're covering Stephanie White's ass. I get it. Maybe they talked to you and said, please, can you go on your podcast and tell people that was really the play? Now, I think Sophie loves to troll people. So all that social media shit, I think, was fucking hilarious. I don't believe any of it. Either which way. But let's continue.
the play was to go to CC. Like, it was perfectly executed.
I would counter with, like, it does seem like you wouldn't drop a play for you to throw the ball that far across the court.
Well, it wasn't. What she was supposed to do was, it was a cross screen and then down screen. So she was supposed to be like at the top of the key, but two people
like closer to you.
Yeah. But two people went, like, Lexi drew two defenders, and so she went right where there was like wide open space, and like that's why I grabbed her because I was like, I thought I threw it because I thought she was going to continue to run to me, and that's why it was almost tipped. So like everyone's like, oh, I was like, no, that was the play. See, like, and it worked out perfectly because there was no one around her after she caught it. But I thought she was going to continue to run towards the ball, and she stopped, and so that's why I was like, ugh.
Do you believe this? So what she's telling you right now is that the play was for Caitlin Clark to come all the way around a curl and curl all the way to the free throw line or to the top of the key for a 2? Folks, I need y'all to really like use your brains. This sounds absurd. So what happened? So you just said the play was perfectly executed, when in fact, you're saying it wasn't. Like, she doesn't understand that what she said is that she's now contradicted herself multiple times. So now what she's telling you is that she was supposed to have curled all the way around for a 20-footer, a 17-footer. Okay. No, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. Let's continue. Because even her friend said, yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense. So you thought she was going to curl all the way around, yet you released the ball and threw the ball 40 feet across the court. So if she curled all the way around, see, this is why it's bullshit. Because had she curled all the way around, she would have thrown the ball over Caitlin Clark's fucking head. Like, let's keep it real. What she just described, she would have thrown the ball over Caitlin Clark's head. Let's go back again. I want you to hear this again.
I was like, I thought I threw it because I thought she was going to continue to run to me, and that's why it was almost tipped.
No, that's bullshit. Because if you look at that pass, go back and watch that video. In fact, I mean, if she curls all the way around, you passed. Let's stop. Let me play the rest. I'm gonna bring that video back up to you.
So like everyone's like, oh, I was like, no, that was the play. See, like, and it worked out perfectly because there was no one around her after she caught it. But I thought she was going to continue to run towards the ball and she stopped. And so that's why I was like, ugh! So that was it. Yeah.
How does it feel as a teammate knowing in those situations that you have someone on your team, like when she lets it go and you're like following her shot back to the basket, that it's more likely fucking money every time than not? Like, what a luxury.
Dude, you want to know what's insane though? We have her, Kelsey Mitchell, and Aaliyah that I feel the same exact way about all three of them. And like that, no other team really has that.
I do feel like with Caitlin, and I mean, the last two podcasts we've talked about her a lot, but I feel like I've gotten more like Cece just like talking fucking shit videos on all my timelines more than I ever have. Like, I feel like she's just kind of, I don't know. Maybe it's because like back from injury and just like making up for lost time, but I feel like she's like not here to fuck around with anybody right now. And I don't know. It's fun to watch. Obviously, anytime I get a Fever highlight, I like look for the fucking blonde girl with long sleeves running around. But it is fun to watch how like fucking turnt she gets. Like,
yeah,
she's a hooper. Like, I would like, you could put her in any park in fucking Manhattan or Brooklyn and be like, go ball. And she would like talk shit the whole time. Like, it's just.
All right, he's talking too much. Let me go move up to this part where the meme. Okay, this is the meme.
Worth it. Oh.
It was just
is that
funny.
AI or is that a real picture?
I think it was actually like a real photo of, because they film after wins and stuff like that. And I think like during it, something like that happened. It was just funny. So I also don't own the rights to that photo and I posted it. So shout out to whoever did that.
It's like low-key funnier than it actually might be real because I think pretty hilarious.
The actual photo of us is real, but all the other shit clearly isn't. So.
Oh, those aren't real word bubbles. Sophie?
Well, like the plan, the clipboard and stuff like that is what I'm saying. Like, that's not real. I don't know.
So I've seen this face before when I saw the Liberty game this past weekend. She got blessed. She was getting booed like insanely every time she committed a foul.
I didn't even play good.
This one foul, she just rolled her eyes and the camera was all up in her face, just like catching her sarcastic eye roll.
Yeah, I'm a little
I don't know how to explain this without it being like. Like I don't know. It's not like misogynistic. I just think you're such a girl. And it's fun to watch like you play basketball because you do the most girly shit ever that like you wouldn't get in the NBA. Like when you like block homegirl.
All right, let me stop this shit. Okay, they're doing too much now. And let me bring you the video so I can show you the video again, what actually happened, and I'm giving you my perspective. I think she's completely full of shit. And I stand on that shit. I think she's completely full of shit. Because when you watch this play again, if you watch this play, look at the curl.
Mitchell.
Okay, so what you're telling me here, Mitchell's curling. Because again, you told us that if Mitchell's open, you're passing her the ball, which is why I know she's the first option.
Comes off the.
And there she's cutting through, but she moves over. So she moves over a little bit, which takes away that lane. That lane's gone. So you thought Caitlin was going to come all the way back here? That's what you're going to sit here and tell me with a straight face? Okay, I'm going to call bullshit. So what you're planning for is that Cody follows her all the way around and then is on her back hip? Like, do you know how hard of a shot that is? But let's see here. Look at this pass. The pass is released. So what you're telling me right here is that Caitlin was going to be curling all the way over here. Okay.
But so.
Look how high that ball is in the air. That ball is over Caitlin Clark's head. Look what that ball is to Caitlin Clark's head. That ball's up here. Look at it again. It's bullshit, bro. She's releasing the ball with so much arc on it. So you're telling me again, you're telling us that Caitlin was supposed to curl to here? or to here, where was she supposed to curl to? That's why I call bullshit on the whole thing, because if Caitlin Clark curls here, well, Kelsey Mitchell's in the fucking way, because that ball would have gone over her fucking head. If it was thrown straight, it hits Kelsey Mitchell probably in the face, right? But you throw it high, as it's way up high right here. And Caitlin Clark, if she catches it, if she's here, that ball flies over her head. So when you say, dude, I thought you knew when I passed the ball. Oh my God, it was almost tipped. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. And you sailed this pass backward on top of that. So cut the crap, Sophie. Cut the crap. Y'all choose to believe what you want to believe.
Up and in.
You choose what you want to believe. If Caitlin Clark is cutting and curling around here, the ball never gets there because she passed the ball way the fuck back here where my arrow is, if you see it. If she curls around here, the ball goes over her head. She's just got to jump into the air to catch it, come down. Like, give me a break, man. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. And she told on herself in this video. But hey, y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. I know we're a few days past on when this happened, but she made this video. She spoke on it, and I want to speak on what she said because I think she's full of shit. But hey, y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. This is Indiana Fever Unfiltered, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Appreciate y'all. God bless. Like, subscribe, and follow. Hype the video. See you soon.